Is YouTube oversaturated? Are you too late? Let's talk about that and more coming up. My name is Chantel Hills and I love live streaming. So on this channel, we talk about all things live streaming, the ins and outs. So YouTube, is it oversaturated? Are you too late? I mean, the TLDR is no. You're tossing up whether we even get started. We've all been there. We've all decided yes or no. Okay, for me, it was a yes, but it wasn't always a yes. It started out with a, why should I do it when there's someone else already doing it? A good friend had to talk to me, and it was not a comfortable talk, let me tell you. And what they said was, I'm not doing it. My personality, my history, my perspective, that's not there. Yeah, sure, these other people, they do great and they do phenomenal. And you know why? Because they're using their perspective. They're using their skills, their knowledge, their lifetime of information that they've accumulated by being a human on the planet. My perspective is not there doing this. And that's why you should do this, because you're not there. It's daunting. It's scary starting from zero. 0 subscribers, 0 views, 0 watch minutes. That's where every single creator starts. And the smart people start slowly. They give themselves time to find their feet, to grow into themselves, to grow into who they want to be perceived as on camera. And they learn the coping mechanisms and the skills required to grow and to take the next step and the next step and the next step. Think of it as we're starting in the mailroom. We are learning what all the departments are called. We are learning who the staff are. We are learning the layout of the building. And then over time, we're going to move up and move up and move up and move up. And then maybe one day, you might get to be the CEO. I'm finding this video a little bit hard to make, I'll be honest, because I struggle with this exact same stuff. I struggle with, am I ready? Why am I doing this? Every single day. And I struggle with these thoughts all the time. Now, you may not be that person. You might be like super comfortable. You might be, what's the word I'm looking for? I never use it to describe myself, so I don't know. But you might feel ready. You might feel like you've got this. I don't feel that. I may not be ready, but I will still jump in with 2 feet. And that's terrifying. And it's really scary. Because what if you jump in with both feet and slip and land on your butt? Like, I've definitely done that. I was listening to a live stream just last night, which is why this video is this video. Nick Nimmin was talking about a friend of his who was educating and learning everything about YouTube and the ins and the outs and making sure that everything was perfect and wanted to have all of the information at his hand before he hit record. The problem being that you'll never be 100% ready, because YouTube and all these platforms are constantly evolving. They're constantly changing. We have to be willing to just jump in and just do it. Now, I've been showing my mates and I've been teaching at conferences and things like that, but I've never thought I'll make a whole YouTube channel about it until a friend of mine was just like, you should totally be teaching this. This is what you're passionate about. You want people to be able to do this. You should be teaching it. I'm like, I kind of am. And they're like, on YouTube. And I was just like, oh. It was hard. It was very difficult to make that decision to do this, to share this information with you. I'd made the first video for the channel and I watched it back and I felt like I was watching a me puppet. I felt like it wasn't me. I felt like there was no personality, tons of amazing information, well researched, well shot, not edited yet, obviously, luckily, because I'm ditching that one, but it didn't feel like me. And I thought, this person already exists. The person who I was trying to be, which I don't think I was even realizing it until I watched it back and I was like, hang on a second, this reminds me of such and such. That person exists. They don't need me to copy them. But at some stage, you have to understand that you need to put you in there. You have to be in there somewhere, or you're not going to be able to maintain this over a long period of time. You are just going to be a character on your show. And if that's something you're comfortable with, then, but for me, I need to be at least a version of me. And there's many versions of me. There's the version of me that talks to my mum. There's the version of me that hangs out with my mates and drinks wine and does not ring my mum. Uh, so we all have multiple versions of ourselves. We need to find the version of ourselves that we are happy and willing to share. And for me, it's a pretty relaxed version of me. I don't want to be sort of stuffy and hyper professional, and I moved away from that field because I wasn't comfortable in it. And so that's why I left corporate work in the first place. I needed to work out a way to make a happy balance that was me enough, but also could get information to you without being polarizing. Probably the best word. I don't know. And that's what I've decided to do. I'll be me, and you can be you on your channel. You can be you and be the professional version of you. You can be you and be the fun-loving version of you. Whatever it is that you're deciding that you want to do, you need to be yourself, because there's already someone being Nick Nimmin. There's already someone being Justin Brown. There's already someone being Casey Neistat. There's already someone being Peter McKinnon. There's no one being you. You need to be you. So YouTube is not saturated with you. So be prepared for a long journey. Be prepared to learn heaps. Be also prepared that things change sometimes, and we might learn one thing and then we have to unlearn that and learn another thing. It's just the nature of how this platform and others like it work. YouTube is not saturated. You're not there. So let's change that. If you like this video and you want to see more like it, then click that subscribe button. If you want to watch more videos about live streaming, check out this playlist.